Lost Art of Fishing Stories, written by Andrew Cox. Get your copy today. Go to Amazon and search The Lost Art of Fishing Stories. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices. I'm your host, Andrew Cox, and today we're going to have one heck of a story. I'm excited about it. But if everybody out there is enjoying these podcasts, make sure you hit up our website. That's the Lost Art Project, veteransvoices.org. Go check us out, see what we're all about. If there's any way you can help us out, it'd be much appreciated. Big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project. They're out there doing amazing things. If you don't know anything about them, go check them out. Even if you do, go back and check them out again. Anything we can do to support them would be much appreciated. For anybody out there that's looking for a veteran service officer, the Marine Corps League has their own VSOs. So you can go to mcleague.org, search VSO locator. That will help you find somebody. You can also dial 703-207-9588, extension 299. And with that, oh, hold on a second. I've lost my button. I know that this is going to be in there, just so you know. Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps veteran service organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member. All right, here we are. Man, I got my special guest. This is Scott Donaldson. This dude is an amazing guy. I'm excited that he's here. Army. Did yes, 25 sir. Years, right?
22 years.
22 years,
almost
yeah.
22.
So did 22 years. Oh, my God. I'm excited. Your guys are going to love this story. And this is going to be my first time hearing the whole thing. So I've only heard little parts of it, so I'm excited about it, too. But Scott, welcome, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I am so excited. Like I said before, I mean, this is going to be an awesome episode, I think.
I hope so. I hope I do it justice.
Oh, you will. You will.
All right.
Well, let's start back at the beginning for you. Let's start where you grew up. Tell me about that a little bit. And then eventually what drew you to military service?
All right. Well, I was born in Duluth, Minnesota, and I was an Air Force brat.
Okay.
My dad was Air Force. We moved all over. But Mountainburg, Arkansas is my hometown.
Uh-huh.
And so we were sent back home every summer to work on both grandparents' farms.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, they both had farms about a quarter mile apart.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and my older brother, we got traded back and forth from grandpa to grandpa.
Right.
We all did. We all worked hard during the summer.
Yeah.
But every year we were sent home to Mountainburg, Arkansas. And so, and my dad was Air Force. And so, I grew up good all over the world. I mean, all over the States.
Yeah.
He did one overseas assignment in Thailand during Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
And but I lived all over in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And, but Arkansas was home base. And then I moved with my dad in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 75 or something like that.
Okay.
And I was down there, got in the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
And I said, Dad, I feel signed for me. I'll join the Army.
Yeah.
And so I turned 17 on the 22nd of September.
Uh-huh.
I was enlisted on the 24th, and I was in boot camp or basic training at Fort Knox on the 28th.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
I think that is the fastest I've ever heard.
Yes. I was the youngest one there.
Okay.
And I went to the Air Force, and they said, oh, yeah, we'll take you, but you're going to have to wait 9 months.
Right.
The Coast Guard, Oh yeah, but you're gonna have to wait 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I went next door to the Army, and they said we can have you out here next week. So yeah, so they sent me down. And they said, "Where do you want to go?" And I said, "I want you to get me as far away from this place as you possibly get me."
Yeah.
And so they looked at the map, Fort Lewis, Washington.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh yes, best duty station ever.
Yeah.
I mean, so I get up there, and buck private. And the unit's all out in Yakima.
But before we jump into that, if you don't mind, let's go back to let's talk about your boot camp. So you go in, kind of what was your I mean, you're kind of used to military life, if you will. So kind of walk us through going through boot camp.
Well, Dad was Air Force, so I wasn't really used to military stuff, but I mean, he was disciplined. I was used to discipline, that's for sure. But I mean, he's a good dad. I mean, we grew up good.
Yeah.
And but yeah, okay. So I get in boot camp. I'm the youngest one there, and they pulled me out right off the bat. They said, "Donaldson." I raised my hand. They said, "First squad leader, first platoon."
Oh man,
the youngest one there, they'd be an instant squad leader. And I was like, "Oh man," So, and it was September to February.
Okay.
And I had 2 week Christmas break.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so I'm a 19 Foxtrot tank driver.
Mm-hmm.
That was my MOS. And so we get through boot camp was another trip. I mean, it was we were in the old World War II barracks.
Right. Yeah. The old wooden ones.
We weren't in Disneyland like and that's what they called it. Disneyland, brick buildings.
Right.
No, we were in the old World War II barracks.
Yep.
For basic and AIT.
Okay.
And this unit had only done basic training. It was their first time doing OSUT. One-stop unit training.
Oh, I
for
see.
this unit.
Okay.
It was their first time.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the cattle cars lined up for it, or half the time to go to classes. We wound up marching our way all the way to Disneyland to get to classes. They didn't have the cattle cars. We called them cattle cars.
Yeah.
They didn't have them lined up. So we wound up marching, Forest March. I mean, we'd be late for class. And
how far of a hike was it?
It's probably about 2 miles.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, probably a mile and a half,
okay.
2 miles. But we're trying to get to class on time. Anyway, these drill sergeants, they did the best they could. In that base, in that barracks, that was a trip.
Yeah.
And but we had a good group, and I was the youngest. My squad, they fought me tooth and nail, and I get up and I'm the youngest one there, man. I'm like, come on, guys, God dang it, man. And I tried to quit.
Yeah.
I went drill sergeant, and it was like 4 weeks. I was first, squad leader. I said, when's somebody else going to get a turn? And he said, you ain't quitting. He said, you come here to quit. Now you're squad leader till the end or something like that. I stayed freaking squad leader all the way through. And but
what a challenge though, being so much younger than everybody else, and then having to wrangle all them in.
Yes, and they bucked me, every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'd write you're cleaning the latrine, damn it. It's your turn, clean the damn latrine. And anyway, I made it work, but they didn't much care for me. And I didn't care for them either, man. They didn't support me very good. But it was back in the day in '79, and our drill sergeants were past Vietnam. Right. Vietnam drill sergeants, really. And they took it hard on us. And, so I went through a good basic training. AIT I thought it was fun.
Now, that's where you went for your MOS, right? The tanks, to become a tank driver.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's the same unit in the same World War II barracks.
Okay.
We never moved to AIT like the Disney barracks.
Yeah.
No, we stayed in those old World War II barracks.
Okay.
For the whole time I was in. And it was cold, man. It got real cold.
Well, there's not much to them. There's no insulation.
No, and the bottoms were open.
Mm-hmm.
And they said absolutely no food in the barracks.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Because skunks.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And they knew the skunks, they could tell if somebody had food in the barracks.
Yeah.
Because the skunks would show up.
Oh,
no lie.
So, that's horrible.
Yes, absolutely no food in the barracks. And it was a trip. We did see skunks, man, and
Yeah.
they went through and busted some guy had food in his locker.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Wow.
And cold, man, it was freaking cold. But yeah, we get out there and I started on a 48A5. First tank I ever touched was a M48A5.
Okay.
That's a Vietnam era tank.
Mhm.
And then all the other guys had M60s, you know, and so I'm like, man, but hey, my tank worked great.
Yeah.
And I had a good tank commander. We're out there on, recovery exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Cold. I mean, snow, ice everywhere.
Yeah.
And these guys are getting stuck. And so my tank commander said, all right, we're going to go pull these guys out. And then I pull up to the tank and that instructor looked at me and said, get out here and help this guy hook up these cables. You know, and he's in the mud and water having to hook up these
in the
cables.
cold, yeah.
Yes. And my tank commander said, driver, you don't get out of your hole. You don't move. And that other guy's telling me, driver, you get out here and help this guy. And my tank commander told me, don't you move. You didn't get that tank stuck.
Oh, nice. Smart. Yeah.
And so we wound up pulling 2 or 3 tanks out.
Wow.
But he made sure I didn't get stuck.
Yeah.
He made sure I didn't have to get out of that hole. And, because
Nice.
it was cool. And then I was at 19 Foxtrot. So I'm in a driver. We go to the firing range.
Yeah.
And I just sit in the driver's hole, Boom, boom, boom. They're shooting. I never even got in the turret
No kidding.
to shoot. No.
So once you, like, if you're a driver, you're driving no matter what.
Yep. And so I think I might have been in the turret once during AIT. I can't remember, but as far as I can remember, I was a driver, man. I never was in the turret when they shot.
Right.
But anyway, I leave there, in February. And matter of fact, I joined the reserves first. Yes, I joined the reserves. And so I get home after boot camp in AIT, and I go to my first drill at Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Fort Smith. Okay.
Fort Smith.
Yeah.
I go to my first drill, and I'm a buck private, strapped, uniform, looking good, I show up my first drill, and I'm still 17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm still 17. I ain't turned 18 yet. And so, I report, and we're on formation. I'm looking around. I'm like, are these guys really Army? Are these guys really enlisted? They got long hair. I guess the rule was you had to have one piece of your uniform on. Either the top or the bottoms. Yes. And I mean, I looked around, and these guys are long hair. And one piece, I looked around, and the first sergeant comes out and calls us to attention. And he said, well, haircuts are looking pretty good this month. And I looked around like, oh, my God, man. No lie.
What an introduction.
No lie. They introduced me, and I'm looking around like, wow. And it was a supply unit.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I'm a tanker, man, And so anyway, I decided to move. And so I moved to Mississippi where my dad lived.
Right.
And I transferred from the reserves to the National Guard in Mississippi.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And so I get in that unit, and I'm still buck private. And they're fixing to go to AT, annual training.
Right.
And so they said, Scott, you're going to be the major's driver, the S3 major. His name was Major Scott. And I'm Scott. So I showed up, sir, yes, sir, I'm going to be your driver. So for the whole AT, I drove the S3 major.
Nice.
And he took me around and, all the firing ranges. Hell, I got to shoot all kinds of stuff, man. I got to drop a freaking mortar.
Nice.
I got to shoot the 50 on the ground. I think that was it. But we went around and watched all these firing, and that was very cool. And then I decided to go active.
Okay.
Yeah. So I left there, went to the recruiters, and that's when they said, where do you want to go? And I said, Fort Lewis.
Yeah.
And so that's when I got Fort Lewis. Oh.
Now you were being sent to an actual tank battalion at that point? Okay.
Yes, I'm active duty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Went active duty, and they sent me up there to Fort Lewis. I get there, and everyone's out in Yakima.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and this other guy, we showed up.
You're still a buck private then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Buck private. And so I'm like, we tooled around for like 2 weeks. Yeah, we was on rear duty, you know, and they say, you guys go do police call.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And they had a bar in the bottom of in the basement of our barracks.
Oh no, that's nice.
It was an AFES little bar.
No kidding.
A little shopette and a bar.
Wow.
And so we're like, it was called the cellar, right down in the basement of our barracks.
Yeah.
So we sit there, you know.
Now that was in, what, 79, 80?
Yes, 79. Well, 80.
80, okay. So the drinking age was 18 at that time for the military.
No, I don't think so. It might have been.
Well,
but I know it was 18 in Mississippi.
Yeah.
But no, I think it was 21 up there. But, you know, I don't know, because I had no problem going to the clubs and drinking.
Yeah, it had to have been 18.
It must have been 18. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But, yeah, me and this guy, we teamed up. I had a blast up there. Yeah. I mean, that was the best kept secret in the Army, that place is.
Yeah. It's beautiful up there, too.
Oh, yeah. But they put me in S3 operations.
Yep.
And so, a buck private, you know, when they put me on, I was driving the 577, you know, the top piece, or the tall, you know, APC with all the antennas, and the TOC.
Yeah.
I hauled the TOC.
Right.
Tactical Operations Center. And so, yeah, I got there, buck private. And, they tell me every day, Donaldson, and my track had been rolled over on the side. The truck had turned over. Yeah, and it slid down the freaking highway on its side.
Oh, my God.
And so I get there, and you can see all the scrape marks. They had painted it. And the mechanics had replaced, you know, most of the stuff inside, like lights were broken and stuff. But there was still a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And I had never been on a freaking PC, you know.
Yeah.
So I get there, and they said, here's a TM. You know, here's your technical manual.
Yeah.
Work on this thing, fix it up. Okay, you know, so I started reading, you know, and then all the mechanics, I'm incriminating myself. Then all the mechanics come down there, you know, and I got to know all the mechanics. Mm-hmm. So I'd go down there, and the boss said, all right, you go down working the motor pool. I'll be down there later, check on you. He never showed up. Never, ever came down there. And so we'd pile in my track, you know, combat lock it.
Really?
Yeah, and we smoke it up, you know, and I am incriminating myself.
I think it's past that time. I think you're okay.
It was everywhere. Pot, drugs, everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, that was right after Vietnam. So,
and in 1980, August of 80, and Mount St. Helens went off May of 80.
Oh, wow.
I get up there August of 80. And we go to Yakima, there's ash, man,
there's
everywhere.
Still ash out there. Wow.
Yeah, there's still a good bit of ash. Mm-hmm. And so, that was a trip. I got there right after St. Helens went off.
Wow.
And,
good thing you weren't there when it went off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was there, and so they made me the battalion draftsman. I drew all the colonel's charts.
Oh, I see.
On a big butcher pad, you know.
Yeah.
And I made me a cheat pad, you know, and with 1 inch squares. So I'd slide it up under the top sheet, and I could see through it and get me lines, you know.
Yeah.
But I was the battalion draftsman. That was one of my many jobs. No, I'm not lying. I ran the freaking 4 years. You know, I worked there.
Yeah.
And from private to E5, and private to E4 to E3 to E4 to E5. Okay.
All right, you're going to have to tell that story for sure.
I do?
Yeah, you got to tell it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the barracks, you know. Here we go, man. They come banging on the doors 4 o'clock in the morning. Get up, get your pants on, get out in the hall. Get up, get your pants on, get out in the hall. And me and my roommate had just come back from Oregon. We were seeing these girls down in Oregon.
Okay.
And we had just come back, and I had, the 3-drawer chest with a lock on it.
Yeah.
And I had 1 joint.
Oh.
1 joint. And it was locked in my 3-drawer chest.
Yeah.
And my lieutenant comes up, and I'm standing there, and he's like, Donaldson, open that. Unlock that drawer. And I looked at him like, you don't want me to open that drawer. He looks at me, he's like, oh, Donaldson. Open the drawer. I opened the drawer, busted one freaking joint.
Yeah.
Bust me from E4 down to E3.
Okay.
And then they come out with a freeze on E4s.
Oh no.
A freeze, yes. And so I waited one year, to finally make E4 back. And then I only had it for 3 months, and they sent me the E5 board.
Oh,
and,
nice.
Yes, I passed the E5 board, and that was a trip because I had worked for every first sergeant. They had all been through S3.
So they all rotated through.
They all been to S3 and then went on to be first sergeant. So I had worked for every one of them.
Nice.
Yeah. But anyway, I kicked ass there. I would say, and I knew everything in the talk. I was the main RTO, and I ran the battle, I was the main RTO. And then when I left, and a heater mechanic, I was a master freaking heater mechanic.
Okay.
And,
now where did you learn that skill? Just by working on them?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the mechanics, because I said, it's a big thing if your heater don't work.
Oh, yeah.
And you're out in Yakima and you're up on top of this ridge. I got antennas, 292 antennas stuck up, camouflage net covering everything.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah, you get up there, man.
Yeah, it gets cold.
You need some heat.
Yeah.
And I became a master heater mechanic. Hell yeah, I could tear them apart. I got home, guys joke that, their junk kitchen drawer, has, like Miles keys. Miles is a kit we put on the tank, simulator. Right. And they have keys. My junk drawer, was full of heater igniters and freaking Miles keys and all the tank parts, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
heater
good.
parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll never forget the major came in one night and I was in the tent. I was in sleep and they come and got me and said, Donaldson, it was cold. I mean, cold. Donaldson, you need to get up here to the tent or get up here to the top. The heater quit.
Oh, jeez.
I had the only heater running for the whole top. And so I had these hoses extended to it so it run out the back of the track. And we had our extensions zipped together,
Yeah.
I had the only heat going. So I look at S2, what happened to your heater? And he's like, oh, I shut it off or some shit, it was overheating. I said, man, goddamn. Anyway, I told my NCOIC, do not turn this heater on high.
Yeah.
Do not turn it on high. And I got down, that's what he did, turned it on high.
Oh, no, burn
it almost melted down, man. So I get up there and it's just, and the major's laying there on the tabletop going, I mean, he's frozen. He's laying there. So my boss is saying, get that damn heater running. And I said, you want to freaking kill us all? I said, God, I'm not starting that heater. It was, whoa. It was hopping almost.
Oh, wow.
And I said, I am not starting that heater for 15 minutes. And I put it back on low, and let it shut off.
Yeah.
And it was popping and crackling. And I said, no, I'm not starting that. And he passed me up for E4.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, this NCOIC. And I let him up. I said, you passed me up for E4 too. I said, you want to come up here and do this crazy crap? And they passed me up for E4. And he said, I'll get you E4. You just start that damn heater.
He needed it.
And so I did, man. I pulled the primer out, and I was like, I let it cool down. I was like, this thing got to cool down. But they're screaming at me. It was still too hot. But yeah, I put the igniter back in there, pumped some fuel in it. And I got it back running. I said, do not touch that goddamn switch again. I told you not to touch my freaking heater. I got into his ass. Anyway, yeah, I had a quick story, but I had a blast in S3 there.
Yeah.
Yes. And going to Yakima, we'd go for like a month to a month and a half.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And see, I put my track on the train or on a truck. And that guy, truck driver, had to tie it all down.
Yeah.
So I'd go put my track on a train or a truck, hop in my car with all my military gear, and go to Yakima.
Huh.
Yeah, we all drove our own person. POV.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you get to Yakima, you got all your gear, you know, and you occupy barracks, wait for your track to get there. It took 3 days to get all the vehicles up over the mountain.
Oh, wow.
All the tanks and all the train and all that stuff.
I mean, coming by a truck, I could see that.
Well, no, my truck, it'd be there like the next day. But all the tanks, you had to wait for 3 days for all the tanks to show up.
Yeah.
And so, my truck would be there early. So I could. But then we sit around, wait for tanks to show up, you know.
Good night. That's pretty cool, though.
Oh,
you got some relaxed time.
Yeah, and then so you have to do range sweeps in the morning. It's open range. There's cattle. You know, it's cattle downrange, and these tank ranges are huge. The impact area is huge. So me and another E5, we'd take turns. Go meet the helicopter in the morning. OH-58.
Okay.
You know what an OH-58 is?
That's the small one, right?
Yeah, a little observation helicopter. And so we get in there, and it'd be windy.
It'd be like it's a 2-seater, right?
Yeah. And I got my road barriers stacked in the back.
Okay.
Wooden road barriers.
Yeah.
So there's certain road barriers you got to put out on certain ridges, you know. And so we'd take off, man. And that guy, man, we'd be partying the night before. I mean, and he'd hand us a bag. You know,
here we go.
He'd hand me a bag. He said, "Donaldson, you ready for this?" "No, sir, but let's go."
That's pretty good.
I got sick once. And, but if it was a fuel run, if he had to go get fuel, that was fun, man. He would dump. There was a big canyon, Sela Canyon. He'd just be cruising along and he'd dump it down in the canyon and then wop, 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 wop,
on purpose.
Up the other side. We'd be like,
he's over there laughing.
He was. He'd take us for a ride. I mean, it was very cool. I mean, you got to do that every other day.
Yeah.
Not many people could say that.
Absolutely.
You know? Too cool. And but I really excelled there in S3.
Yeah.
I knew every job, man.
You know, S3 is a great place to be because you get to see all the behind the scenes of all the training, all the, stuff that happens.
Yes.
I mean, you almost have a leg up on everybody,
and I was the main RTO.
Yeah.
And so, and one day the colonel, they got me a replacement. Because I'm fixing to leave. I said, "Guys, you need to get me somebody to train, man."
Yeah.
And they got this little. I'm not racist or nothing. They got this black guy that replaced me.
Yeah.
And his voice, I don't know, he was a good guy, a great guy. And I trained him. I said, "Man, you're going to be okay." But the colonel just said, "No."
Really?
No.
He just didn't like his voice?
Yeah. The colonel said, "No." He said, Get that other RTO back on the radio." And that was me. And so I got on there. So they said, "No, he was out." So yeah, it was a trick too, man. You got to be sharp on the freaking radio.
Yeah, you did.
And I run, the SOI, ran all that, and I can't remember the name of the security boxes, but they had a sandwich board. You pull out,
right, yeah,
and you got to take a military pin and move all these little, and anyway for security and then they'd overheat.
Yeah.
So anyway, man, communication was a battle.
Yeah.
And them camouflage nets. Good Lord, man.
Putting them things up.
In the wind, and they can't be touching the vehicle. I mean, spreaders. But we got pretty good at it. We had a good, nice talk.
Now, how long would you say it would take you guys to put one up over everything?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Maybe to get it all complete.
Yeah.
With the camouflage.
That's pretty good.
2 hours. And the first thing goes up is commo.
Right.
So as soon as we get there, we establish commo. And so everything's working while we're out there doing everything else. So I'd say we're ready to go in combat in probably 1 hour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Get those damn 202 antennas up.
Right.
And then we got a jump talk too. We had a jump talk.
Really? Okay.
And a little 113. And so they could bail on that one and still go,
nice.
Control the battle while we're getting all set up. Anyway, that was a kick-ass place.
And you were out there for how long?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, from 80 to 84.
Okay.
And then the sergeant major, Cheney, he was famous, like, world known. Well, not world known, but Sergeant Major Cheney was our sergeant major. And yeah, he'd been sergeant major there for like 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he just kept getting signed right there. He stayed right there. I don't know, about 10 years, but a long time. They moved from battalion up to brigade.
Oh,
from
right.
Brigade back down to battalion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he said, screw this brigade, send me back down to battalion. He was a great sergeant major. I mean, he was well known. You know, Sergeant Major Cheney, and he liked me. My office is right down the hall from his.
Yeah.
And he come and called me in there one day, and he said, I've got you off levy 3 times. 3 times came out on levy. 2 for Korea, 1 for Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd just been on E5. And he said, I can't stop anymore. He said, you're on levy for Germany, and you got to go.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, wow. I was like, dang, Sergeant Major. Well, I hadn't been on tank.
Yeah.
In 4 years.
Yeah.
You know? Well, no, I take that back. They made me go down tank once a year.
Okay.
I probably went twice, 2-3 times. But
like
as a loader, as a loader, I went down 3 times as a loader and kicked ass, you know.
Yeah.
But they made me get on tank at least once a year.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. And then I get to Germany, and I told the Sergeant Major, I said, Sergeant Major, I know every job in S3.
Yeah.
And he said, well, you ain't been on tank? I said, no, Sergeant Major. You're going on tank.
Yeah.
Like, all right. So I get to Charlie Company, 333 Armor.
Okay.
The Pickles.
The Pickles.
The Pickles were called the Pickles.
Why is that?
It's after a World War I pickle tank.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, called the pickle tank. And so we're called the Pickles. You know, you salute officer, Pickles, sir. Yeah. And they reply Pickles. for 2 years. I'm in this unit, you know, called the Pickles. And then we got selected for this 4-8 cat or for this Canadian Army trophy shoot.
Yeah.
And well, no, before that. Okay. Yeah, before that. I get there and we have an alert. I ain't been on tank in 4 years, you know. We have an alert, and even before that, I was a freaking driver. Mm-hmm. So I had an alert, and I was all screwed up, man. Oh, and
well, at this point, correct me if I'm wrong. You're a sergeant, and now you're probably in charge of a tank, like a tank commander or a tank.
No.
So what was your job then?
Gunner.
Okay,
gunner.
Got it.
E5 is normally a gunner.
Got it.
And then I had staff sergeant, tank commander, Sergeant Young. And Sergeant Rosera, he was another E5 on the tank. We only had 3-man crew.
Oh, wow.
And well, for training. Mm-hmm. But so it was me, another E5, and Sergeant Young. And I told him, guys, I ain't been on tank for 4 years, you know. Well, it took I got my butt kicked. Yeah. For like the first 4 months. Yes, I got my butt kicked. And then
basically having to relearn everything.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I screwed up some stuff, and Sergeant Young was hard on me. He's like, you know, so I tried to learn all this stuff. And then we're turning all these tanks in and getting M1 tanks. Oh. And we're going to go through M1 transition.
Yeah.
And so we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't know shit about an M1. So right. So I got in there and I really excelled through that.
Yeah.
I learned the M1. Yeah, we shot transition gunnery. And I shot pretty good, you know, and qualified and all that. So yeah, and then come CAT. And they come down and they started interviewing guys, you know. And guys with
real quick, what is CAT?
Canadian Army Trophy competition.
Just want to make sure everybody
knew that. It started in 1963, I think.
Okay.
I shoot it every other year. And in 1987, we were selected. It was a shoot-off. They selected both battalions in our brigade, armor battalions. And so we went to the range and we had shoot-offs.
No kidding.
Yes. And then it was pretty even, Steve. And then they say it was a coin flip to which battalion got selected.
Wow.
But we got selected.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they interviewed and you know, like guys that I was a perfect fit. I was married. My wife she was a federal employee, worked over there
nice.
too.
Yeah.
And then and we had no kids.
Yeah.
So
Now, real quick, you said you were married. Now, when did you get married?
I got married. Oh, I'm sorry, in '84.
In '84.
Yes.
Okay.
At Tacoma, Washington.
Got
I've
it.
been dating this girl, and her name was Teresita Donaldson, Filipino lady.
Okay.
And very cool. She worked at transportation.
Yeah.
You know, when you get household good or orders, she ships your household goods.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that job's on every post.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I got orders from Germany, and I was like, so I said, yeah, let's get married.
Yeah.
And so we took her to Germany.
Got it.
She was older than me, and she had 2 kids, but they were in school, and her mom lived there. And so we left her mom, the kids, and took off to Germany.
Wow. Okay.
And she transferred and got her federal job, you know. Hell yeah. So she had her job working. I had mine working. We both complimented each other's careers, you know, really. And she helped out a lot. When she would come and tell me, hey, you're getting a new first sergeant, you're getting a new platoon sergeant. She knew all these people coming in because she had worked in transportation.
Yeah.
And they got all their household goods coming. So she come on and tell me, you're getting a new battalion commander, you're getting this guy's coming in, this guy's coming,
wow.
you know. And so when they'd get there and they'd talk to her and she'd tell them I'm in the unit, you know. And so I automatically knew these guys pretty much. But yeah, we all got along great. But I got selected. And I was so happy. But then we had a 4th platoon. It's only a 3-platoon shoot.
Okay.
And we had a 4th platoon. You know, so we went to these shootouts. And if you didn't shoot your shit, man, you got replaced.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you had to be on your game, your crew, you know. And I had a really good crew. I mean, a really good crew. My tank commander was really good. And he's been down here a couple times. Now he lives up in northern Idaho.
Oh, no kidding.
But I just saw him a couple of weeks ago.
Nice.
And I'll get to that story.
Yeah.
I just saw him a couple of weeks ago and a couple of others. I hadn't seen in almost 40 years.
Wow.
Next year is our anniversary.
Yeah.
40 years.
Holy
cow. And I'm hoping to get us some recognition.
Yeah.
That's a big deal in my book. We sold a bunch of tanks when we won that competition. And anyway, so that was fun, man. And I also had other jobs, you know. We were a combat unit, and we're guarding the Fulda Gap, you know, or part of the unit guarding the Fulda Gap. And so we had a GDP, general defensive positions. We'd go out on Black Hawks and go see our defensive positions and stuff like that. And I was the backup in NBC NCO, nuclear bio, you know. So I was the backup, that guy. Shoot, we all had additional duties or something, but that was the funnest shoot, though.
Now, once you got selected, like, okay, you're going to go to this competition in Canada.
No, it's in Germany.
The competition's in Germany.
It's the Canadian Army Trophy competition, but it's in Range 301 in Grafenwehr, Germany.
Okay, I got you.
And we shot against the Dutch, the Germans, the Brits, and the Canadians.
Right.
And yeah, that's it.
Now, was it like a one-day competition?
All week.
All week. Okay.
All week. And we had 3 platoons. Our 3rd platoon shot Monday. My platoon shot Wednesday. And our 1st platoon shot Friday.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes, a lot of training. They give you, I think it's 126 bullets. I think it's 126 for 1 year to train.
Yeah.
Each tank is 126 bullets. That's
no
it.
Kidding.
Can't go over, or else you're disqualified.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's 126. But anyway, yeah, so you got a whole lot of simulator training.
Yeah.
I mean, there was, when we finally got out to go shoot bullets, you know, it was fun but a lot of simulator training. SimNet is like a platoon simulator. You know, it's tank commander and gunner in this unit, and it's graphics. They actually had graphics of the range that we're shooting on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we went and trained. It was like
that's pretty high speed for back then, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And unit conduct the fire trainer, the UCOF is a tank trainer. Yeah, so, and it's also just a tank commander and gunner, you know, but anyway, A lot of simulator, tank simulator time, a whole lot of it.
Very nice.
And that, I think it helped a lot. But anyway, so yeah, and the UCOF, you had to be certified.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot, matrix of engagements you go through, and it gets harder and harder. And then once you finally get certified,
mm-hmm.
then you just go in there and refresh yourself.
I see.
But that was the goal, to get certified.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of time in the simulator.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you would also do, I'm assuming it would be in the competition, but you'd like the tank would be still and you'd fire at things, and then you would be moving and firing at things, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll get to that. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. After a year of training
mm-hmm.
and doing all our preparations, and here's another thing. We're shooting M1 IPs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 105 millimeter. Hole about that big in the target.
Yeah.
Targets don't go down. And you have to sense your holes, to your buddy's holes to make sure you hit the target.
Yeah.
Or you're watching while they're firing, and the tank commanders are up out of the hatch with binos on.
Yeah.
Sensing for each other.
Wow.
While I'm down there, finding targets and blasting away, he's up there watching it. I mean, it's a blast, when you're up out of the turret. And anyway, so yeah, and the tank commanders are sensing for each other. Target 4, target 3, and nervous, man. I mean, nervous. During this training, they had psychologists come in.
No kidding.
Yes.
Okay.
Sports psychologists
mm-hmm.
came in, and they, I think it was by unit or by platoon. They pull you in this tent, a bunch of cots.
Yeah.
You lay down and relax, and he starts talking to you, and mellow this all out, and he's like, "Go to sleep, go to sleep." I had no problem, man.
We went right out.
But then no, he's smooth. He relieved a bunch of stress.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was stress. Now that was stress for me. You couldn't have pounded a needle up my.
Yeah.
I mean, golly, it was stress. And so he tried to relax all that.
Yeah.
And I think it did help.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I can see it. That's a pretty big deal, to be able to calm the nerves, calm the spirit, if you will, get you back on a level playing field. Yeah.
He was good. At first, I was like, he just told me to go to sleep. And I never did really fully go to sleep. I don't think till the very end I might have. But he definitely helped, man.
Yeah.
Mellow you out,
That's a good deal.
Oh, too fun, man. I don't know. I got another one that's a highlight, but this is definitely one of the highlights of my career.
Yeah.
And so after a year of training, we get in, we go to the field, and we stayed out in the field
mm-hmm.
for almost a year. They would fly us back on helicopters for a weekend.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes, a 3 or 4 day break.
Yeah.
And then
right
back out there.
Holy cow.
And we had other guys from our battalion coming
mm-hmm.
out and guarding our tanks.
No kidding.
While we were taking a break, and they didn't much care for that.
Yeah. And that was because you guys were selected for the shoot.
Prima donnas.
Yeah.
And we're wearing our Nomax all the time, got patches on, sweet patches. And they were really jealous. And
mm-hmm.
if we needed a tank part, they'd take it off one of their tanks and bring it out to
No
them.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's not a bad deal.
Oh, they didn't like that. And I felt some tension. I think we all did when we got back.
Yeah.
From the rest of the battalion. But they all supported us too. And I mean, we made history,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And it was a big deal, man. And the parade ceremony was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, not a parade ceremony, but for us, when we got back, tanks had never been on post.
Mm-hmm.
Our motor post was across the road.
Right.
And but we drove every tank through the main gate and then took a ride in this cobblestone. Yeah, but we tried not to tear anything up. We lined all the tanks up, and then parked them. Oh yeah, there was all over the side, I think. Yeah, and then we rotated our turrets and everyone's max elevated.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did a main gun salute.
No kidding.
And you go to MRS, muzzle reference sensor in the tank. As soon as you grab the Cadillacs, the gun goes to 0 degrees.
Oh, wow.
And so we all went to MRS, and on 3, boom, we all hit the Cadillac, and the gun goes to 0 degrees like a salute.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. And there was a crowd, good sized crowd on post waiting for us, big celebration.
Wow.
Our commanding general was General Griffin.
Okay.
We called him Grandpa Griffin.
Grandpa Griffin, okay.
And he showed up, and you saw the front of our tanks had Bill the Cat from Bloom County.
Yeah.
Cartoon.
Right.
Oop, act, Bill the Cat, one big eye, one little eye, hair sticking out, all spazzed out. He showed up, and we had a poster, of what we wanted on the front of our turrets.
Yeah.
And like the other units had a tiger.
Yeah.
I think the Canadians had a Pink Panther drinking out of a canister or something. But we had Bill the Cat on the front of our turrets.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Are you sure you want this on your thing?" We all like, "Yes." Okay. He was the coolest general. I mean, super cool. And he would come down and see us at First Sergeant. I just saw him a couple weeks ago, too. First time, almost 40 years.
Wow.
And we buried my lieutenant a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I'll tell you about that in a minute. But, Top would have us all in this nice, dress, all looking strapped, professional. And the general would show up, and he's like, "You guys all gather around here."
Just relax a minute.
Yeah, he would just laugh and screw the First Sergeant all up, man. He was so cool. And anything we wanted, he got us. One time we're out in the field, and he got us in this barracks, and there's no mattresses. They're bunks, with just those woven springs,
Right.
So we're using our mattress or our sleeping pad, a sleeping mat, And he's like, well, he shows up, "Anything you guys need?" One guy popped up and said, "Sir, how about some mattresses?" He said, "Mattresses? You guys don't have mattresses?" But he looked at his captain, man. I swear it wasn't 30 minutes later, a truck was backing up with mattresses.
Nice.
Well, he loved us and we loved him. I mean, he was a general. He was a soldier's general.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone now. He died a couple of years ago. But
yeah.
Super cool general. And then our major, we had a company commander, Captain Smalley. He was really good. But our S3 major kind of ran the show. He went on to be the Vice Chief of Staff of the Army, General Corelli.
Yeah.
General Peter Corelli.
Wow.
Was our S3. And so, he was.
He definitely did something right. Huh?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, we all took off from that competition, me included.
Yeah.
My career took off. A lot of guys got out, but I stayed in, and I had to extend for a year to shoot.
Oh, really?
Competition. Yeah.
So instead of 2, you did 3 years.
No, instead of 3, I did 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I extended for a year to shoot that. And then when it was all over, I went to Fort Knox.
Okay. Yeah.
And I get to Fort Knox. And, I wasn't sure where I was going, or actually they put me in the slave brigade.
What is that?
Rent a tank. You provide tanks to the armor school.
Oh, okay.
And then they tear them all up and bring them back to you.
And then you have to fix them all up and send them back.
Yeah. But anyway, we ran these TRs, training requirements. And they found out that I was just come from CAT. And they said, "Oh, you just come from CAT." So they put me on a team doing firepower and mobility demonstrations.
Oh, okay.
Fun. I mean, nothing but fun. Nice. Yes. And so we were doing these shoots, these demonstrations for high-level dignitaries.
Yeah.
The Egyptians.
Oh, wow.
I think the Israelis came one time, and they wanted to see this tank shoot long range. And I was shooting at this little target, 2,600 meters.
Wow.
And then all they gave me was training heat. No lie. And so I just kept lobbing these freaking rounds. I mean, it looked like a flaming basketball going down range. God. And finally, the come the day of the shoot, you know, the master gunner gets in there and he adjusts my freaking port side and all that crap. In the first round, I hit it. He said, "Target, goddamn target." This guy was on the radio, "Goddamn target."
Nice.
Too funny, man. And we had a blast doing those things, you know. Hell, you got to shoot bullets, you got to freaking maneuver, and show the tank off. And anyway, so yeah, I get to Fort Knox. They put me in 512 cab.
Mm-hmm.
We have no tanks. No tanks. They have all a bunch of scout unit.
Yeah.
And they're turning in all their 113s, their scout vehicles. And so there's like 8 of us tankers that got sent there with no tanks. And so we go down to help those guys work on their 113s, and they're like, "Guys, we got it." So there's an AT shopette sitting right across from the motor pool.
Yeah.
We hung out in there and drank coffee all day, you know, and for months.
Wow.
Yes, for like 3 months. We had no tanks and we were getting frustrated. I was really getting frustrated.
Yeah.
I was like, I went down to First Sergeant and I said, "You got to give us something, man. You got to get us something. Where's a freaking tank?" And so he's like, he got this thing. He's like, "Okay, we're going to send 2 or 3 guys to range control work for a couple of months." I was like, "I'll go."
Yeah.
And so they said, "All right, Donaldson, you go to range control." So I did. I went over there, got to know all the range guys.
Yeah.
Oh, now that's
important.
Yes. Got to know all the range guys.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and that did come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, so yeah, I'm out there doing these TRs and there are these demonstrations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then every summer we put on a big firepower demonstration for ROTC, West Point.
Oh, nice.
Yes, all the cadets. Yeah. And so we did these big shoots. I mean, I'd have 7 tanks. And I only controlled the tanks on the tower. But there was a couple times I said, "I'll be range safety."
Yeah.
They'd call me, "Donaldson, can you be safety?" And I said, "All right." So, but I ran my tanks. And, and no, never a hitch. You know,
Nice.
Our tanks never had a hitch. But yeah, and they already knew where the hard targets that would go down and put some little cans of MoGas on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you hit it, you get a little signature.
Yeah.
The crowd goes, "Oh!" You know, we were putting on shows, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was fun. And I had a tank stuck in the hole. Now, beside the bleachers, you know, and he's stuck in the hole. They can't see him. He's down in the trees.
Yeah.
And so,
It's kind of like a hidey hole for a tank.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so the narrator, he says, "And now, ladies and gentlemen, please insert your earplugs," you know. And so as soon as they get them out, I tell them that guy's fire. Boom, and they jump, man. Holy shit, where's in Denver? We would light them up, and I'd be watching the crowd. As soon as he fired that, I'd crack up.
I can see how that could they can be a little traumatic for those guys, you know.
Yeah. And then they're like, "Wow!" And then as soon as he fires, he comes shooting up out of the hole.
Oh,
then
nice.
we had these 3 bumps.
Yeah.
In front of the tower, and so he goes over his 3 bumps, fires 3 rounds, you know.
Wow.
And then, and then he goes on, you know, goes on around the corner. But one time, the general shows up. Well, hang on, I'll get to that in a minute. So one time I'm in charge. I'm range safety.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking, watching the show. The general flies in his helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
He walks over and he's in the stands, you know. And the 109 or the mortars pull up in front of the tower and they get out and do their static, you know, do their display. They drop the ramp. They all come around, stand in front of their vehicles, you know. And then the narrator gets done. They all run back around, get in their vehicles. One of them wouldn't start. Yeah, one of them wouldn't start, man. So everything else leaves. When he's sitting in there, he's trying to start, it won't start. He's looking at the tower, it won't start. And so the narrator just picks it up like that. And he said, "And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the M88 recovery vehicle." You know,
nice.
Like it was staged, you know. And they call that the 88. And it was a good few minutes, man. And all of a sudden, here comes the 88 up out of the hole. you know, and he's leaving a trail of Coke cans, and one of them big orange water jugs falls off, and he's just leaving a trail of trash, man. And I looked at, oh crap, man. I looked down at the general, and he got up and he looked up at the tower and shook his head, went and got his chopper and left. I was like, oh boy, somebody's head's gonna roll. Man.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was embarrassing, man. But that was fun though, and I got to do some good shoots. And I shot this one demonstration, and you know, and I hit everything. And we kicked that one in, you know. And he's the colonel comes down, or I can't remember, it was the general come down.
Yeah.
And we're all outside the tank, and he said, told my commander, he said, this might be your next master gunner right here. And he looked at me, he said, you want to go to master gunner school? I said, yes, sir. And so, boom, I took off, went to master gunner school.
Okay. And now, real quick, your rank at that point, had you been promoted? So you were promoted to staff sergeant by then?
Yes.
Okay. So as a master gunner, you have to be a staff sergeant at least?
No.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I don't know. I think you do have to be a tank commander at least. I mean,
I would. Yeah.
Well, I was an
E5.
I was an E5 tank commander, but
well, maybe
I don't know if you can go as E5.
Well, I gave you a question.
Yeah.
It's a tough question. That's all right.
But master gunner school is 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Yes. The attrition rate, well, back when I went, was 70%. Yeah, and really hard.
Way.
Really hard. Hands-on's 100%. Anything written's 90%.
Wow.
Very hard school. I mean, it was hard.
Now, what types of things specifically are you learning?
First one you go through is maintenance.
Okay.
You know, turret maintenance, maintenance of your fire control system,
right,
and troubleshooting.
Mm-hmm.
You go through that, and that's like, I think we're in there in maintenance for 2 weeks.
Oh wow,
maybe just I don't know, but yeah, you learn the maintenance.
It's a lot though,
and troubleshooting. You got a big Bob called the breakout box, and you got all this other equipment to troubleshoot everything. And it's a royal pain, man. It was hard. I mean, maintenance for me was hard too. But
it's a lot of checks and balances you have to remember too, right?
Oh,
I mean, I'm sure they're not giving you a list. You have to remember them and be able to go through.
Oh yeah, yep. And we did get a lot of hand-me-downs from the class head of us.
Oh, okay.
And they all do that.
Yeah,
hand down like index cards.
Right.
Cards.
Yeah.
And so I had a nice pack of index cards the guy gave me. And I was oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
just got to sit and memorize all the things. Yeah.
But I had a problem because I lived there at Fort Knox. And these guys all came in from Germany and all these other places. And so they're in a study group and they're, building. Well, I live there. I got to go home some damn time,
Oh, yeah.
And you almost have to study with a group. And so a lot of times we get out of class, I'd go to their place, and hell, they don't study right away. They want to sit back, drink some beers. And so I spent many nights in there drinking beers with those guys and studying and then drag my ass home,
Very nice.
And then I got my wife involved. I said, here, start reading me these cards.
Yeah.
Start reading them to me.
That's smart right there.
Yes. Yeah. And so she did. She helped me out. And you got to memorize them. And then there's hands-on. You got to draw an SDAD, surface danger area diagrams.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all tricky. But they teach you everything. And then vehicle ID is a son of a bitch.
Okay.
Yes, you have to name the nomenclature of the vehicle and the main armament. And they show you pictures of barely the front of the vehicle sticking out of the woods and shit.
And this would be like enemy vehicles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And vehicle ID or friendlies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have friendlies in there. Yeah. So that was a biggie. But and anything hands-on, machine guns, all that stuff, 100%.
Right.
Can't mess up nothing. And I mean, it was a hard school. And I passed. And so I got back to my unit and we're out there doing, rent a tank. We're supplying tanks to the armor school. And I'm like, I'm a master gunner. And so whenever I got a chance, I would set up a station, to run crews through.
Oh, nice.
Some kind of training while we're out there.
Yeah.
And I set up a side training deal, and I'd run crews through there and document it all,
Oh,
so I could show that we were actually training. And my commander, we and him worked well together. And he said, let's do this, man. So we need to.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. And I had documentation showing we were still doing tank training, although we're providing shit for all the school to train. But anyway, that turned out big.
Yeah.
And it's come time to get the Draper Award.
And what is that?
Well, it's a company excellence award.
Okay.
That you I can't remember the time period. It might be yearly or something.
Yeah.
But our other company had kept getting the Draper Award.
Okay.
And my commander said, I want that Draper Award. And it's based off what kind of training you've done.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I put these stations together, ran these guys through there, had my paperwork all in. He went to the meeting, come back, and he said, Sergeant Donaldson, we won it. We got the Draper Award. He was very cool. But we did a lot of tank training and miniature scaled tank training. A lot of that too,
Yeah.
Simulators. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
Now, what years were you there at Fort Knox?
I was there from 84 to 88.
84 to 88.
Okay. Everywhere I got stationed. I was 4 years.
Okay.
I mean, a unique career. I'd say I had the perfect career.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got there in 84. So I did that for 2 years in 512 Cav. They're providing tanks. And I walk in the training room one day and I was like, on top of the recycled paper bin, I see this piece of paper requesting instructors to go to Egypt. M1A1. And he said, Master Gunner, a plus. And I looked at training NCO. I said, what are you throwing this away for? He said, ain't nobody from our unit going to be able to go to that. I took it to the first sergeant.
You said challenge accepted.
I took it to the first sergeant because I'm a master gunner in a training unit. I'm not doing my job as a master gunner. Yeah, I'm training these guys when I get the opportunities, but I want out there. I wanted a tank unit.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I took the first sergeant. He said, man, that looks like a good opportunity. Take it to the commander. Took it to the commander. Man, that looks pretty cool. He takes it to the commander. Commander comes back down and says, hell yeah, that's pretty cool. Go. So I went to G3 and sit down with the guy. And he said, you're master gunner? I said, yes, sergeant. He said, you're on the team. Pretty much he asked me some questions. But he said, master gunner? He said, you're on the team. And so, yeah.
I mean, when you really think about it, master gunner is a big deal in the tank community, right? I mean, that's huge.
Yes. Yeah. And there's one master gunner per 14 tanks, a company of tanks. Right. Each company has a master gunner. Then you have a battalion master gunner. Then you have a division master gunner.
Got it.
And and your job in combat is really the tank commander's gunner or his Hummer driver.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So you advise the commander on fire control stuff,
right?
Firepower.
Yeah.
And so but I said every unit, I said I want a tank. I'll be the master gunner and a tank commander. And then one, like in Korea, I was platoon sergeant and the master gunner.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah. I said I always wanted a tank. I'll do master gunner on the side, but I want a tank.
Yeah.
And they always gave me a tank. So I was a master gunner, tank commander.
Yeah.
Or platoon sergeant even.
Yeah.
That was the funnest job of platoon sergeant. I'll get to that. So I'm at Fort Knox, been there since 88, and the wall came down in 89.
Yeah.
Berlin Wall.
Yeah. So you were there before it came down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was there when the wall was up. And the mark rate was $3.45 to $1. Cheap.
Wow.
My house, I had my own house that I rented, 450 marks a month.
Yeah.
And it was $3.45 to $1.
Oh my goodness.
So you can imagine how cheap everything was.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I went through Checkpoint Charlie 3 times.
Okay.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
We went shopping, and I didn't, me and my wife were like, and she said she wanted to go shopping over there. And so we got all the paperwork, got leave, What a trip. So first you got to go through Checkpoint Alpha and Bravo.
Yeah.
And West Berlin sits in 100 kilometers inside of East Germany.
Okay.
And so you got these special turns you got to make, and they give you a book. You got to be in dress uniform, Class B's minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your paperwork has got to be absolutely perfect. Not a period out of place. Nothing.
Wow.
And yes.
They'll send you back if they.
Yes.
Oh, no kidding.
I got sent back.
Oh yeah.
The first, when you get to the checkpoint, you hit the American side, and they check out all your paperwork, make sure you're good to go. They actually check your uniform, make sure you're good.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then so you get back in your car. I think we had to be in Class B's while traveling. I don't know, but I remember being inspected. That might have been Checkpoint Charlie, but anyway, yeah, you go in there to the Russian checkpoint, and it was when at night for some reason, but it's dark. So you pull up there, and there's a Russian soldier comes out and he stands there. You get out with your paperwork, and you walk up to him, and you salute him. Okay. And then he salutes you back. You hand him your paperwork. He turns around and goes in this building. And then he comes back out. And he stands there. And then after a minute, he'll say, "All right, go in the building." So I go in the building. There's a huge picture of Gorbachev. Yeah. And a slot in the wall. I mean, creepy, man. Creepy, kind of scary stuff. So, you reach your hand, or you see this hand reach in there and put your paperwork in. So I grab my paperwork, go back out, hand it to the soldier. He looks at it, and he says, looks up, hands it back to me and says, "Turn around." I said, "Go back around." And now I hear these guys in the tower laughing. Ha, 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 ha. Then I was like, it was creepy, man. Dark. Wow. Yeah, it was really creepy. And so I was like, crap. I go back to the freaking American side, and he's like, "Oh, dang, man. I forgot a period or something." I was like, freaking, man, it pissed me off. Come on, dude. So I go back through the checkpoint. Yeah. Same deal. And this time I was good to go, I go on Checkpoint Bravo. I was good to go. Same thing. Yeah. And then you get into West Berlin. We did all kinds of shopping. I get to Checkpoint Charlie. And next day I'm all dressed up, ready to go. And I thought we'd have to walk in there, And he's like, and they're like, "Oh no, my wife had a SOFA stamp, status of forces agreement." They said if she walks in there, she'll be immediately strip searched. I'm like, "Man, we ain't walking in there." Holy cow. Yeah. And so they said, "No, you got to drive in there." I'm like, "Oh, wow. I didn't know that, but okay." Now you had to drive because inside the vehicle, if you're inside the vehicle, you're good. Yeah. But if you got out of the vehicle, they could stop you. Is that right? Well, no, you go through this checkpoint. You pull in, and scary, man. I mean, Checkpoint Charlie, the first time I was like, "Wow, dude." And but you pull in there, they stop you, and you're just sitting at the position of attention, head and eyes straight forward, doors locked, windows up. And my wife, I can't remember if I had to put anything up against the glass. I think I did. I had to put something up against the glass, and she had to put her passport or something up against the glass. Oh, wow. And so, they come around and they take pictures. And this lady, I swear, is the ugliest lady I've ever seen in my life, man. I'm not lying. She's got this camera, and she comes around and she looks right in the windshield at you, with this mean look, looking in your eyes and taking close-up pictures right there, and you're trying to maintain a straight face, and I looked at her and I said, "God, you're ugly." And then after that, they back off, raise the gate. You go into friggin' East Germany. Wow. East Berlin. Yeah. And so they give you a map. that's been Xerox probably 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
And I barely read it, you know. But we've made it to the shopping place, and I had a nice little Toyota car.
Okay.
And so, you know, we get it, and you're allowed to take as much as you can haul back, as much as your car can hold.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we get in there, and we went and got something to eat, and then she went shopping. Overcoats, she bought big boxes of china.
Oh, wow.
I mean, really nice china.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she loaded up on china, big trench coats, nice clothes. I went to the optical store.
Yeah.
Bought some binos and real cheap, man.
Yeah.
Anything optical over there was real nice, real cheap.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I loaded up on my kind of stuff. And we sit down to eat something. Then I get up, and we're going back out to the car, and there's about 20 East German kids around my car. You know, and they're checking it out, man. They're like, wow, look at this thing.
Yeah.
And all the cars over there are the same shape, different colors.
No kidding.
Yes, little round box cars. I mean, it was
funny.
like a trip. They're all the same shape, different colors.
Yeah. So when they see a different style car, they're like,
and I had a
whoa.
nice little Toyota,
Yeah.
you know, and they were all around it, man. Check this shit out. So I come up to them, you know, and they took off running.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Went over there 3 times and went shopping.
Wow.
Yeah, and while we were there, we bought a big wall shrunk. I mean, an 8-piece wall unit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what they're big for over in Germany. It was a big wall shrunk, 8 pieces, 4 bottoms, 4 tops.
Wow.
Had a library, had a bar, had an entertainment system, and something else.
Huh.
China cabinet.
Wow.
Something like that. But yeah, everywhere I lived, I had to have a wall big enough to put this damn thing. And then we had nice furniture, all German furniture, really nice stuff. And my wife worked at transportation, so nothing was ever broke.
That's convenient.
Yeah, because
it does not always.
They knew
Not always
she
that
worked
way.
there, so yeah, we had never anything broke. But I didn't have to move very much like most soldiers, you know. But,
Well, I mean, you spent 4 years at each duty station too. I mean,
yeah. But so I got selected to go this Egypt trip.
Mm-hmm.
And so he says, you're on team. He said, here's a letter release. You get your commander to sign, letter releasing you from your unit to our unit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took it there. Commander signed it. Well, we weren't leaving for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got released from my unit. I report to these guys, and we're meeting about once a week.
Oh,
you know, twice a week
to
get all our stuff together and ship over to Egypt. Manuals. They didn't have translated manuals.
Oh,
so we shipped a bunch of manuals over there early for them guys to sit down and start translating them.
Yeah.
And they did. Couple of soldiers were really good artists.
Yeah.
And the panels, like a picture of the panel in RTM, they drew it just perfectly.
Really? Wow.
In Arabic, you know, and all the wording in there. They did an outstanding job with that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And all hand done.
Mm-hmm.
So we get over there to Egypt. First, they line us up at the hospital for shots.
Oh, geez,
boy.
Yeah.
They filled us full of shots, man. And that gamma globulin, you know, like bend over, guys.
That's the peanut butter shot.
Yeah. Bend over, guys. Wow. I was like, God dang. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun shot right there.
Yeah. And then here's another little funny story. But for rabies, we all had to get rabies shots. Yeah. So I show up. I was early. There was this second time I went, there were 7 of us.
Uh-huh.
First time, the first 6 months I went, there's 4 of us. Then we went back and there was 7 of us.
Okay. Because
they got 2 more tanks.
Oh, okay.
And anyway, they load us up. So I get there early for rabies shots.
Uh-huh.
And so this little specialist, she said, okay. I said, there's supposed to be 7 of you. I said, yeah, they'll be here. So she goes ahead and mixes it all up, you know. And she said, okay, here you go. She gives me 1 cc, you know, in my arm. And then the head lady come in there and saw what she did and just started ripping her butt, man. I mean, chewing her ass. And I'm like, what the hell did she do to me, man?
Yeah.
You know? And she said, how much you give him? She said she gave him 1 cc. Supposed to be 0.1 cc.
Oh, God.
Just a little thing on your skin, man. She gave me 1.0 cc. I was like, God, man. I asked her, am I going to be foaming at the mouth and crap here, you know? No lie. And she's laughing. She said, no, it won't hurt you. It shouldn't hurt you at all. And I was like, God.
Foaming at the mouth.
But she said it only lasts for a long time. I mean, for a certain amount of time. Once you mix it, and the other guys weren't even there. And she said it was very, very expensive.
Oh, no.
And so I guess she ruined the whole batch by giving me my shot.
Yeah.
She gave me 1.0. I don't think they had enough left to do the other guys.
Yeah. You took enough for everybody.
Yeah. And I got out to my truck and I said, she said it shouldn't hurt me, but I did get a little dizzy out of my truck. I was like, wow, man. But I don't think I'll ever get rabies.
Yeah. You're good. You're good.
I should be good. And then they told us, here's a bunch of Imodium, you know, because they said you're going to get sick over there.
Yeah.
And so as soon as we got to Egypt, they said, do not take that Imodium. You know, they said, take the first week off. You guys are here? We'll see you next week. I was like, they said, you're going to get sick. Just let it run its course. Do not take that Imodium.
That's weird.
Yes, and we all got sick.
Yeah?
Yep, you're going to get sick. No matter what, you can avoid the water, you can avoid the vegetables, you can try to avoid everything. You're going to get sick.
Huh.
And
interesting.
So you let it run its course, you know, and I was the last one to get sick.
Oh, wow.
I got a harder belly than them guys.
Yeah.
I was the last one to get sick. And then it's toward the end of the week. I'm like, golly, man. They're all ready to go to work. And I'm like, man, I'm still a little sick here, man.
I'm not going to make it.
So that was a bad deal. But when it was all over, you're good to go.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to let it run its course.
And what is it, like a flu type of thing? Or what?
No,
what is
just diarrhea.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Diarrhea. And you're going to get the craps.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah,
they said, don't take that Imodium because that just blocks you up and it gets worse.
Yeah.
They said, let it run its course, man.
Huh.
That's what you do. And then, you get over it and you're good.
Yeah.
But so that first week, we just got acclimated. And then we go to meet the unit, you know, and they got 2 brand new tanks. And, that was sweet. Brand new M1A1 tanks. Nothing like it.
Everything worked?
Oh, yeah. And everything was clean.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, man, a perfect brand new tank. Ain't no mud in this thing, man. Yeah, it was beautiful. And General Dynamics had an office right next door.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so anything, or we pull the tanks out, turn turrets over side, do our training, and then we go let them know when we're done. And they checked all the fluid levels and turned the turrets and parked them for us.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
And the Egyptian one only worked from like 7:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Oh, yeah.
It was
There's
hot.
that. Yeah.
And they wanted to stop and drink tea. They would stop and pray.
Right.
You know, so there was a lot of stop and go.
Yeah.
And then finally I got good enough with broken Arabic and the students had broken English. I told my translator, I said, go ahead and go drink tea. I said, when you come back, you test them. So I taught them without him there, and you know, and they learned. And as soon as he got back, he tested them. They were all good to go. He's like, right on, man. But it was a weird, man. There was Russian tanks all around us.
Yeah.
I only had 2 M1A1s. There's all Russian stuff around us in this motor pool. Yeah. T-62s. I mean, pieces of crap, really.
Yeah.
Really pieces of crap.
They're old too.
Oh, yeah. They were all old and pieces of crap. And they had maintenance day on Thursdays, I think it was. They'd all get down there and fire them vehicles up, and we'd have to leave. Man, you could not breathe.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
wow.
These things smoking so much, man. We couldn't breathe.
Cow.
We'd have to leave the motor pool, man.
That's
and
bad.
Then one was in a stall, and there's a wall right there.
Uh-huh.
And we come back after they shut them all off. I look at that wall, you just see oil oozing down the wall. I mean, it was already black with oil, but now you see new oil oozing down the wall. And there was a sand motor pool, but it was like asphalt.
Oh, okay.
From dropping fuel and oil so long.
Kidding.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't loose sand, but
that's wild.
Oh my God, man. We told them we're training and tanks are empty. We barely have any fuel in them. And we said, guys, we need fuel, man. We can't train without fuel. You know, you got to start the tank.
Yeah.
And I said, we need fuel. Okay. Well, it was like 2 days, man. We said, finally got to them. We said, okay, no fuel, no training. We can't start our tanks anymore. You know, we're not going to run them out of fuel.
Yeah.
And we said, we need fuel. And they had a fuel point right there. But they couldn't get one of them generals, and their generals are everywhere. They're kind of like our majors.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
And there's everywhere. And one of them couldn't make a decision. You know, no one wants to take charge. No one wants to make a decision.
Yeah.
And finally, one guy says, all right, we'll send you some fuel. But they had a brand new paved road between our tanks and the fuel point.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, you got a truck, you know? I said, no. We'll bring you in drums.
Oh, wow. In drums.
Huh. Yeah, in 55-gallon drums. And so I'm like, what? Okay, whatever. You know, bring us some damn fuel. I don't care how you get it here. So here they come down this newly paved road, rolling these 55-gallon drums full of fuel. And so they get there, and then they got these big, you know, square cans from the mess hall.
Right.
And so they're pouring it in there and just spilling crap everywhere. And then one can at a time, they put it in our tanks, you know.
Holy moly, that is insane.
I was laughing. And so they're filling that tank up. So I'm waiting on the next barrel. They couldn't find the little cap. You know, you got the big filler cap and then the little cap, air cap. Couldn't find the little air cap. So he just turned over on its side, rolling it toward my tank, just leaking fuel all down that brand new asphalt road. I mean, just pouring fuel out of this can, you know.
They didn't even care.
Didn't even care. They don't care.
Wow.
So they got it to the tank and then same thing. So they got us a little fuel, man.
I mean, you got to think a tank's got a big fuel tank on it, you know.
They have 505 gallons.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a lot of drums.
Yeah. And well, they just got us a little bit. And we said, guys, we can't work like this, man. And well, the first day of training, I'll go back a little bit. We showed up and there's no military uniforms authorized. So we had a clothing allowance to go out and buy suits and ties and working. Well, we went to Walmart, got these Dickies coveralls.
Yeah.
Sand colored, and shipped them over there. And they had our names embroidered and then in Arabic above it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an M1A1 instructor. And we wore General Dynamics hats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no military uniforms authorized. And and the students had to think that we were either General Dynamics guys or officers.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they knew we were enlisted,
they wouldn't have listened to you.
No.
Yeah.
And because their enlistment, they go get tea. About it.
Yeah.
You know, they might coordinate some stuff, but mainly they go get tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, officers do everything in their army. And so they had to think we were officers. So they called me Mr. Scott.
Yeah.
You know, it was too cool.
For everybody out there, if you're struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA does have some good resources. You can always dial 988 press option 1. You can always text 838-255 or go to veteranscrisisline.net, click on the chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. I know Scott here cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you.
Call them, talk to them.
That's right. So please reach out. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you serve with, ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them.
Yes, sir.
All right. One last time. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Appreciate you.
Everybody out there, stay motivated.
Hope y'all enjoyed it.
That's right. Change your socks.
No more 22. Honor the journey and finish the fight.